Have you ever become so busy preparing for tomorrow that you slowly stop living today? Some people call it discipline. Others call it responsibility. But sometimes, constant preparation becomes a quiet prison. And the saddest part is, you usually notice it only after losing the things that truly mattered. Deep inside a peaceful forest, a squirrel named Niko spent every day collecting food. Acorns, walnuts, berries, dry seeds, he gathered everything carefully. Tiny paws moved constantly from morning until sunset. Cold air never stopped him. Rain never slowed him down. Across the forest floor, hidden corners held another secret stash prepared by him. Older squirrels admired his dedication. Younger squirrels often watched him with curiosity. At first, Niko enjoyed the praise. Then slowly, storing food became the center of his entire life. Years earlier, things were different. Back then, Niko lived happily inside a lively squirrel community near the tall cedar trees. Laughter filled the evenings. Young squirrels played across branches together. Older ones shared stories beside warm nests. Whenever storms damaged homes, everyone helped rebuild them together. During harvest season, the whole group searched for food while joking, racing, and enjoying each other's company. Among them lived Elia, cheerful, calm, and adventurous. She collected food responsibly too, but she never forgot to live. Sometimes she joined group games near the river. Occasionally, she sat beside elderly squirrels listening to old memories. On other days, she explored hills beyond the forest and returned with exciting stories about safer valleys and richer trees. Meanwhile, Niko slowly started avoiding everyone. At first, he skipped small gatherings. Later, he stopped joining community meals. Eventually, he avoided conversations completely. Whenever someone invited him, he answered the same way. I cannot waste time. What if winter becomes worse? What if food disappears suddenly? Fear quietly replaced friendship. One evening, the squirrel group gathered beneath glowing fireflies for their yearly celebration. Laughter echoed across the branches. Music from tapping acorns filled the air. Elia noticed Niko alone near an old tree bearing another pile of nuts. She climbed beside him gently. You should come, she said softly. Everyone misses you. Niko barely looked up. I will enjoy later, he replied. Right now, I need security. A strange sadness crossed Elia's face. Still, she left quietly. That celebration became the last happy gathering before disaster arrived. Days later, dark clouds covered the forest unusually fast. Violent winds shook the trees all night. Heavy rain flooded the ground endlessly. By morning, the peaceful forest looked broken. Niko rushed toward his hidden caches in panic. Mud buried several spots completely. Floodwater carried many away. Large branches crushed the rest. His breathing became shaky. Desperation pushed him from one place to another. Digging, scratching, searching endlessly. Almost nothing remained. For the first time in years, fear became reality. Cold nights grew harder. Hunger drained his energy slowly. Loneliness hurt even more. No laughter surrounded him anymore. No friends visited him. No warm gatherings existed in his life. Meanwhile, Elia survived safely with help from the squirrel community. The group shared food. They repaired damaged nests together. They comforted frightened young squirrels. Nobody faced the storm alone. One evening, while Niko sat weakly beneath a fallen tree, several squirrels suddenly approached him carrying nuts, berries, and dry leaves. Elia stood among them quietly. Shock filled Niko's eyes. You still came for me, he whispered. The group leader, an old squirrel named Oren, stepped closer slowly. Wrinkles covered his tired face, yet kindness remained inside his eyes. We never stopped considering you one of us, Oren said gently. Niko lowered his head immediately. Shame burned inside him. Oren sat beside him calmly. Preparation is wise, the old squirrel continued. But when fear steals your friendships, your joy, your moments, then safety becomes another kind of danger. Silence covered the forest. Soft wind moved through broken branches. Another sentence followed quietly. You stored food for years, yet forgot to store memories, relationships, and trust. Niko could not speak. Pain tightened inside his chest. Memories of missed gatherings returned to his mind. Ignored invitations suddenly felt heavy. Lonely evenings spent digging instead of living haunted him deeply. Tears slowly filled his eyes. At that moment, he realized something heartbreaking. The storm had not destroyed his life completely. Fear had already been doing that for years. Winter eventually passed. Fresh leaves returned again. Laughter slowly echoed through the forest once more. This time, Niko joined the others during evening gatherings. Still, regret quietly stayed inside him, because deep down he knew some lost moments would never return. Many people spend their whole lives preparing for disasters that may never happen. Meanwhile, they slowly lose friendships, joy, connection, and peace. Security matters, but life was never meant to be lived only in survival mode. Sometimes the safest-looking path quietly becomes the loneliest one. And often, the things that truly save us are not what we store. They are the people we almost forgot along the way.